Wisconsin parents file lawsuits against school districts over their children's COVID-19 infections. The parents accuse the districts of failing to protect their children from becoming infected. Both lawsuits are funded by the Minocqua Brewing Company Super PAC. According to its Facebook page, Minocqua Brewing Company owner Kirk Bangstad said Sunday that the Super PAC raised more than $50,000 within the past 2 weeks, specifically by asking people to donate to these lawsuits. The first lawsuit was filed in federal court last week by Shannon Jensen against the Waukesha School District, the Waukesha Board of Education, a number of school board members and district employees. According to the court documents, then on Monday, Gina Kildall filed a separate complaint against the Fall Creek School District, the board, its superintendent and individual board members for recklessly refusing to implement COVID-19 mitigation strategies recommended by the CDC, according to the complaint.
Both are seeking class action status. Currently, vaccines are only available to children 12 and older. Especially for unvaccinated children, the CDC recommends that schools employ multiple layers of protection, including universal masking, distancing, hand washing, testing, disinfection, and quarantine and isolation. Officials and members of the public alike put a high priority on getting students back into in-person learning at the start of this academic year, but how to do so has been a flashpoint for dispute nationwide. In some places, parents have protested restrictions implemented by school officials, and elsewhere, they are asking for more. Lawsuits claim school officials failed to protect children by bringing students back to class around unmasked staff, reinstituting extracurricular activities, and allowing potentially contagious visitors and volunteers into the schools without masks. FCSD and the board threw students into a COVID-19 snake pit, creating an affirmative duty to keep their students safe from COVID-19, Kildall's complaint read. The complaint states that on September 20th, one of her child's classmates tested positive for COVID-19 and another classmate tested positive on September 24th, 2021. Kildall's child is identified as SK in the suit. SK's sick classmate did not wear a mask to school, read the complaint. On September 27, 2021, SK tested positive for COVID-19. According to complaint, the child quarantined and missed 2 weeks of school. Jensen's lawsuit alleges that the school district and board are knowing, needlessly, unreasonably, and recklessly exposing the public to the virus by continuing to hold classes without adequate COVID-19 mitigation, according to the court documents. Jensen said in court documents that she sent her 3 children to Rose Glen Elementary School for the 2020-21 school year, and that the school implemented masking, temperature checks, plexiglass dividers, and contact tracing. But this school year, the district school board voted to remove most mitigation, including masking requirements. The family had their 3 children wear masks daily, but many other students did not do the same, according to court documents. In September, Jensen said in a court declaration, her oldest child tested positive for COVID-19. According to court documents, she isolated all 3 children to prevent spread for 10 days. A few days later, another one of her children tested positive as well. The school notified families that 2 students tested positive in her son's classroom around the time of his infection, but a parent later told Jensen it was 4. According to court documents, the lack of mitigation and delay in communication about infections was a risk to the community, Jensen said in her declaration. Her son had attended community, church, and Cub Scout functions before testing positive. It's unclear from the court documents how long the delay was between children testing positive and the school notifying parents. The school district of Waukesha's refusal to implement reasonable COVID-19 mitigation strategies not only affected our immediate family, but if we had been notified sooner of my oldest son's close contact with someone who was diagnosed with COVID-19, we could have prevented possible further community spread of the virus, Jensen said in the court declaration.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe